Part 2. Azure Moon. Lone Moon. The Rose-Colored River. The Kingdom Army meets with Rodrigue in Aelel, the Valley of Torment. With the strength of House Fraldarius on their side, the time to invade the Empire is finally at hand.
Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Ashen Blue Lion Wolves. Not too sure what I should be recapping since Geralt does a pretty good job of that, although that was very brief this time, but they usually are. But anyway. Let's see here. In this part, we will be exploring the Monastery in preparation for this month's mission. I'm so excited. Are you excited? Because I know I am.
Even though it's in ruins, in some strange way, this monastery never truly changes, does it?
We can say that again.
I studied at the Officers' Academy when I was young. Those memories come rushing back whenever I return. What are you doing here at this hour anyway?
I couldn't sleep.
It's the same for me. Perhaps you'll allow me to join you.
Okay,
Much
yeah.
appreciated. I keep recalling my eldest son. He was quite gifted. In fact, he was appointed a knight at the age of 15. I still vividly remember the day he was granted a sword from His Majesty.
Your son, isn't he...
Dead. He was killed 9 years ago in Dusker. All that returned of him that day were his sword and his armor. After it happened, I said something horrible to Felix. He's hated me ever since, and I don't blame him. No matter how much you grieve, the dead will never return. No magic in the world can bring them back. That's why their memory clings to the living like a curse. The more they were loved, the tighter their hold, and the more suffering they cause. I fear I am not a strong enough man to scold His Highness for his foolishness.
Someone must, but I do know how you feel.
Since this war began, we've seen countless generals, soldiers, and citizens die. It never gets easier. Professor, I entrust the young prince and the future of Fargus to you.
This is unexpected. I won't let you down.
You are a brave one, aren't you? One worthy of leading the Church of Seiros, I dare say. You should know that I have no intention of insisting that you take back Ferdiad. All I ask is that you continue to rein in Dimitri's manic desire for revenge.
Oh yeah, sure, that's something...
Now then, we have received House Regan's consent. All that's left is for us to depart. If we make it through Gloucester territory and across the Great Bridge of Myrdin, we'll be in Empire territory. You are not afraid, are you?
A little, but I don't feel much of anything anymore.
Ha! No need to worry. Don't you underestimate the power of my soldiers. I'm glad you were the one to lead the Blue Lion House, Professor. I mean that.
Well, that's sweet of you. Thank you, I guess. But anyway, one of his lines stuck out to me. He said he thought that I was fit to lead the Church of Seiros one day, and well.
I want to leave. Don't make me do this.
Singing is nice, isn't it? The only thing is, I'd prefer to do it without an audience.
Choir practice is choir practice. Anyway, I think they intended that to be like, since Sothis is residing within Boyleth or Byleth, they're able to, let's see. I forget. I didn't quite read that, but yeah,
This will do.
once you complete that last chapter, it unlocks your main lord's new class or new exclusive class. So it's basically like think of the class that they started Part 3 in as as an advanced class, and that one as a master class. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, they likely intended Rodrigue's line about Byleth being suitable to lead the Church of Saros, as they've got Sothis in them, so of course they're fit to lead. But I think the more cynical way to interpret that is that since Byleth is pretty much a mute, people will just interpret what they want to hear from whatever he says or does, and people will interpret meaning based on Byleth's actions, and since he doesn't talk much, he's not going to be able to deny it very much. So, yeah, it could be a pretty harsh, religious-related message.
The area around Castle Gaspar, where I was living, is under the control of House Rowe, who have submitted to the Umpire. If I hadn't come to Garreg Mach, I might have ended up as your enemy at Aelel. That thought makes me really happy to be here now. I don't think I would have been able to handle facing all of you in battle.
Yeah, that would have been tough on you, Ash. It would have at least knocked your HP down to 0. That reminded me of something from the last chapter, but I forgot.
We're all set with food supplies, thanks to Lord Rodrigue. We have more soldiers to feed now, so we'll still need to ration. But I think we have enough extra to make some tasty treats. I'll go scout the pantry.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
We can enjoy it together over some tea.
Alright, but let's see. Yeah, I hope that thought comes back to me. I think it was important, but I forget what it was. Yeah, complete blank. Oh, right! I remember now. Yuri's backstory is that he was actually raised in House Rowe, but I don't know if he got a...
Even after all these decades, the Academy hasn't changed a bit. I remember it well, even now. I used to sneak out of lectures with Lambert almost every day. I suppose this is not the time for an old man's nostalgia. We have received approval from House Regan. We should set out as soon as you're ready.
Ugh, redundant dialogue is redundant. What was I talking about again?
Being here brings back all manner of memories. The days I spent studying here with you and everyone else. Those days were so special to me. They were truly some of the warmest days of my life. I hold them dear in my heart. And now, to be forced to fight with those I was once so close to, my friends, it is most saddening.
Oh, yeah, it's very saddening. It's part of the reason why I hate to love not recruiting a lot of the students, if that makes any sense. Like I like seeing the students from the other classes show up as enemies and later on in the game, but I also hate seeing it because you usually have to end up killing them.
House Fraldarius is a military house. They swore fealty to the royal family at the kingdom's founding. The current family head, Lord Rodrigue, was raised like a brother to the former king. He harbors a loyalty that goes beyond mere duty. Perhaps this is why he was willing to lend us his aid.
Yeah, the Beagles are an exception, though.
I have a request. I have a request.
They don't really run into a lot of the students from the other classes, and it's not as impactful with the students from other classes, except for the main ones. So Claude, Hilda, Dimitri, and Dedu. So go nuts with recruiting on Beagles. For the other ones, I'd recommend, for the sake of the story, you stay light on recruiting outside of your class.
If you stand in my way, I will strike you down.
Okay, then. I'd tell them I'd like to see you try, but I have no doubt in my mind that Dimitri would win in a fight between Boyleth and Dimitri. Or Byleth. Byleth is a really underwhelming unit, all things considered. Or, well, as far as I can tell, he's a very underwhelming unit.
Professor,
Eh. Like, his growth rates are all completely average, his spell list is poor, so he doesn't make a good spellcaster, and yada yada
Listen to
yada.
this. The Aramid River separates the Empire and Alliance. It's the largest river in Fodlan. Sometimes it'll flood when there's lots of rain, but at least the land gets some extra water.
Yeah, I guess so. But flooding can be harmful to certain types of crops.
I had an encounter with Lord Gwendol. How many years ago was it? Back before the academy, I met this girl who I fell madly in love with. And her dad tried to kill me. I suppose he just tried to scare me, but I was sure I was gonna die. Oh yeah, her dad? Lord Gwendol. Crazy, right? I never thought I'd seriously be trying to kill the guy in battle. I kind of don't know how to make sense of it.
I don't know what to tell you, Sylvain. I'm sure you'll do fine, though. Let's see, I thought there were other things I wanted to bring up, but I don't quite remember.
So, House Regan accepted. I knew the leader of the Alliance wouldn't refuse. Still, we can't let our guard down. There's no telling when he'll turn on us. If we advance through the Alliance into the Empire, our chances for reconnaissance will be limited. I just hope it goes according to plan.
We have to be prepared for the contingency that it won't. Hiya, Felix.
Leaving the house in my uncle's hands? What is the old man thinking? I always knew my father was mad, but this time he's gone too far.
I agree.
My uncle is a reliable man, but still, only a fool would abandon his own territory.
Yeah, but it's nice to have Lord Rodrigue here anyway.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Lord Rodrigue is revered by all as the Shield of Fargus. I was imagining a more stern-faced fellow, but he's actually quite friendly. Shocking. I heard that he recently spent the night drinking in the dining hall with soldiers from the church.
Yeah, Rodrigue looks like a softer version of Felix, if that makes sense.
there's
I don't want to talk to you, Anna. I wanted to talk to the little girl.
I need your help.
Alright, and I can't believe I missed that item right next to her. Ugh, I am so negligent. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know if Yuri had a unique boss quote with the boss of the last chapter, or dialogue with the boss of the last chapter, but, I do believe in some of Yuri's support conversations it comes up that he was...
House Fraldarius, House Galatea is currently being invaded by the dukedom. My family is not as wealthy as most others, so we are incapable of sparing resources or reinforcements. I'm sorry. It's just so frustrating not being able to do anything to help.
Yeah, you're here now, and you're probably one of these stronger units on my team, so you're doing plenty, Ingrid. Do not worry your pretty little head about it.
Professor?
But yeah, I should have tried to get Yuri into position to attack the old man in the last chapter, but since he's my dancer, it's a little tough to do.
Lady Rhea must be so scared. We gotta find her quick as we can. We got reinforcements from the kingdom people now, right? Then we ought to be able to go save her.
Hold your horses, Cyril. Rhea will be fine. I'm sure she can handle I'm sure she can handle whatever situation she's in.
Oh, hello there, Professor. Did you need something from me? It doesn't look like you're wounded or anything. You just looking for someone to talk to?
Yes.
I thought so. Well, I'm here for you. Making you feel better is my top priority. Whether it's physical pain or worries of the heart, you can come to me for anything, Professor.
Wait, but what if you have other patients? Shouldn't the wounded get more attention than me? Especially if I'm not wounded? Alright, and who do we have in here?
Next, we face the Great Bridge of Myrdin. We actually crossed it a long time ago. Do you remember? It was 5 whole years ago.
During the Battle of the Eagle
Seems like
Eye.
so long ago, doesn't it? It's odd how fast time flies. Everyone was still friends then. After the fighting, we all ate together without splitting into our separate houses. I often wish we could go back to those peaceful days.
Yeah, sometimes I wish to.
The renowned Shield of Fargus is now on our side. That is quite reassuring.
Not only will he provide valuable support in battle, but he has also brought us much-needed supplies. We cannot grow complacent, however. We must take the Imperial capital as soon as possible.
Alright, well, I will take that into consideration. Let's go to Abyss and see what the Ashen Wolves are up to. But yeah, with recruiting students, I like to keep it light so that way the story seems is more impactful with the other playable characters showing up for their allying with their respective homelands.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. Some kingdom noble called Rodrigue has been footing the bill to feed the people of Garreg Mach, feeding the hungry with his own gold. Just wow! Even the folks down here have been getting a share of the provisions. Needless to say, this Rodrigue guy is popular these days. We're all very grateful.
Well, that's good. But, let's see. What was I talking about? Oh, right. Recruiting students.
I hurt my leg in the last battle. Had to take shelter down here. Nowhere else to go. Be careful up there. All sides are bringing their strongest people to this fight.
I will.
Not sure what brought people back up above, but I'm glad for it. The dining hall, the greenhouse, they're all ripe for the picking again. I mean, for them. Good for them.
Oh, don't worry. We'll be able to share. Yeah. I like it being...
I hear Claude's gonna fight the good fight with us. Not a bad ally to have, that one. Something about him is untrustworthy. But from what I hear, he's a man who keeps his promises.
Are you two on friendly terms?
Sort of. We're both Alliance nobility, and we've crossed paths a handful of times these past 5 years. I honestly have no clue what will happen after we cross the bridge.
I'm sure it'll be smooth sailing.
Invading the Empire at last, are we? I cannot still the wild palpitations in my chest. I have made myself ready to the extent that I could, but now that the day draws near, I fear that to proceed will be to abandon all hope of restoring the Imperial House of Nouvelle. However, if we succeed in defeating the Empire and rebuilding the kingdom, I may yet achieve my dream.
Well, that's good, Constance. I am sure you can accomplish it somehow. We'll make it work together. Let's see. Yeah, it's always so tough to stay on topic with people constantly interrupting me, but I don't want to skip their conversations.
The kingdom fell. If that's true, why are there kingdom soldiers right above us? Do you know what's going on?
The kingdom hasn't fallen yet, and the prince is putting it back together.
Sounds like a good business opportunity. Thanks for the tip. Time to rake in some gold.
Ooh. Well, hopefully that works out for you, Mr. Dude.
That sorcerer who runs the kingdom capital. Cornelia's her name, yeah? The woman who kidnapped me was called that too. But it's probably just a coincidence. Super common name. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a Cornelia, right?
Yeah, sure, but it's not as common as Karen.
Damn. Who'd have thought that House Row would show up? They must have been sweating blood to get to Ayla from way out there. Guess it's been a while since I left House Row, so it doesn't bother me much to have to fight them. Kinda always knew I'd be the one to take that stubborn old donkey out. I've been ready for this.
But yeah, Yuri's pretty much been all over the place. He's even interacted with Bernadetta before from the Black Eagles. But anyway, past Spaced Oyster got distracted, but I don't think there's anything else too important to work on for now, so I'll call that here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.